So when I got to Morecambe, I had this lovely flat, but I just felt strongly that the Lord was saying, I want you to get a job. So I asked around, and they said that the main employer in Morecambe was the nuclear power station. So I made inquiries, and most of the people that I talked to said, you'll never get into the nuclear power station because of your criminal record. So I went back to the Lord and I said, well, he said this, Lord, and he said that, Lord. And the Lord said, well, yeah, but that's not me. I didn't say that. I said, apply. So apply. So I ended up, I got the forms, and I filled them all in, and I had to get a police check. So I sent the form off to the police, and then I had to go for training with the power station. So that was 1 week's training, and at the end of the week there was exams, and I passed the exam, and I went to the power station and I showed my passport, ID, filled more forms in, and then I had a starting date. So when I started, I had this other form to fill in, which was a anti-terrorism check, the highest in the country, but it was already started. So I filled this one in, and then when I was working there, I got this letter from the Home Office saying, you've missed out some items, because they were probably looking at my criminal record on a computer. But to me, it was all under the blood. It was all in the past, because in a lot of jobs, after 10 years, your criminal record it's quashed. But this obviously was different. So because I'd done that, they said, you missed out some items. So I went to my supervisor and I said, look, I've got this from the Home Office. And he said, well, what are the items that you missed out? And I said, I was in 7 prisons and assault and this and this. And he said, right, you'll have to fill them in. So I filled them in, sent it off, got a thing back, you passed the anti-terrorism check, because he said they're looking for guns, explosives, terrorism, and you're not involved with any of them. So there I was, and I worked at the power station, and it was very well paid. And I saw this guy, and he said, what are you doing with the overalls on? And I said, well, I've only put them on to pretend that I'm working there. I said, look, I've put a bit of dirt on myself. He said, you can't do that, you're a Christian. You're a hypocrite, you're a liar. I told you couldn't get on, now you're pretending. And I said, yeah, I'm only joking, I am working there. And he said, right, I'm going to check. Because he says, I know people who work there, and I'm going to ask them. So the next time I seen him, he said, oh, apparently you are there. I said, yeah, of course I'm there. And I said, Jesus Christ, God is on to the power station. And they were like, nah. They didn't know what to say, because it was so obvious. So God, he uses what seems to be impossible to show people that, because the Bible says, with God all things are possible.